Among your New Year's resolutions for 2026, you're probably hoping to see your music career reach greater heights. Perhaps you're dreaming about it or making wishes for the new year. Even if things haven't gone quite as planned until now, you're expecting things to be different moving forward. I sincerely hope for the same for you. But I have to ask, do you actually have a different plan? Or are you just doing the same things you've always done and expecting miraculously different results? Right now, at the beginning of 2026, take a step back and analyze your actions. For example, go through your most used social media accounts and try to look at them through someone else's eyes. Do these accounts clearly explain exactly what you do or what your musical style is? If someone were considering booking you for a stage, do they show what kind of performance you would deliver? Does your lifestyle align with your musical identity? What exactly are these platforms telling the world about you? Is the identity you want to project clear to the other side, both for your listeners and for the people or institutions you want to work with? In my opinion, clarity is the first key to success in your career. Your musical identity must be clear and, if possible, authentic. Do you have a musical identity that comes from within, is entirely unique to you, perhaps blends certain genres, and stands out from what everyone else is doing in the mainstream? And have you been able to communicate this identity through your communication platforms? Take a moment to analyze this. To me, the second keyword is consistency. So, maybe you've clarified your music and expressed it, whether through social media or physical networking, but is everything else about you, everything seen from the outside and everything you say, consistent and compatible with this musical identity? For people to perceive you as a strong brand and build deep connections with you, it is vital that all your visible and audible traits align with your musical identity and brand. If there's a third keyword, it's continuity. You've clarified your identity and aligned your brand elements. But are you communicating this consistently, patiently, and over the long term without giving up? Or are you producing something today and then leaving the space empty for months? As I always say, a modern artist is, unfortunately, no longer just an artist. You shouldn't see yourself as just an artist. You must see what you do as a business and take charge of its management. I know many of you don't like hearing this. Honestly, neither do I. I wish an artist could just focus on their art while someone else handled the business and management side. But unfortunately, that's not the world we live in. And now, with AI integrated so deeply into the music world, the competition that already required you to think like an entrepreneur or a startup is going to reach even more ruthless levels. More people will be able to produce music easily. We are in a world where even non-musicians can create music and hit millions of views. I've shared my views on the pros and cons of AI in another video. Yes, 2026 will bring new legal regulations regarding AI. Steps have been taken globally and in Turkey, and they will continue to be implemented. But no matter what, nothing will change the fact that music production is easier than ever, and more people will produce music more frequently. Therefore, to stand out in this competition, you need to speed up your workflow, using AI tools where necessary, and become more efficient in your existing processes. You must take more steps to stand out. The good news is, if you are already a talented musician producing high-quality content, the other things we mentioned aren't that difficult. Yes, they take time, but they are things you can easily learn and apply. Just know that nothing brings miraculous results overnight. Understand that applying these marketing and branding rules won't change everything in a day, a week, or a month. Produce with patience and keep the process going. As I mentioned in another video, understand that success in your music career isn't directly tied to reaching massive numbers. Don't make your primary goal hitting millions of streams on digital platforms. Instead, aim to build stronger bonds with a smaller, loyal audience that truly loves you, appreciates you, and will come to your concerts. This is a much more realistic goal for independent artists. Rather than setting massive goals and facing disappointment, you will find much more joy in moving toward a goal that seems small but has a much larger impact. As I said, I wish for 2026 to be a year where you are all much more successful and much closer to where you want to be. But for this to happen, I suggest you take a look from the background to see if your path is correct. Analyze what you've done so far, perhaps get an analysis from people you trust, decide what needs to change, and maybe even start some things from scratch.